This is a public service announcement for the Representative Heuristics by Megan Hawkins. Typical frat guy. What is a decision-making heuristic? As a college student, we have to make many decisions on our own. It is our first time really out on our own. Whether it is the decision to go to class or the decision of what your major will be, every day life is filled with decisions. There are no guidelines or set of rules that tell us exactly how to make a decision. However, people use heuristics to aid in their decision making. Heuristics are strategies that help produce correct solutions. Heuristics don't always produce a correct answer. Sometimes they are the reasons why people make the wrong decisions. Representative heuristic. The representative heuristic was first proposed by Amos Tversky, a cognitive and mathematical psychologist, and Daniel Kahneman, an Israeli-American psychologist in the early 1970s. A representative heuristic is a cognitive bias in which an individual categorizes a situation based on a pattern of previous experiences or beliefs about the scenario. It can be useful when trying to make a quick decision, but it can also be limiting because it leads to closed-mindedness, such as in stereotypes. This heuristic can be a useful cognitive rule of thumb because the representative heuristic is the spirit of how society is institutionally biased. It is formed from childhood when, as children, we are taught to learn by association. A group of guys were at the same concert as me taking place in the IU auditorium. They are being loud and obnoxious, also thinking about how they got really drunk the night before and took a bunch of girls home with them who were also just as drunk. I think to myself, typical guy. More specifically, I believe they are a group of frat guys. They also talk about how they have finals next week and that they plan to go out and drink instead of study for finals. They were all wearing a t-shirt, and basketball shorts, kept calling each other bro, and sounded dumber every time they talked. Typical frat guy. Come to find out, they were all in a business frat and got very good grades. Sometimes these rules of thumb that we use to make decisions are flawed and cause us to make the wrong decision. Looks can be deceiving.